crap. Holy cow. Holy caramba. Guys, this is a really quick news video. Check it out. In a news interview with an Italian magazine, website, gaming website, Tabata has spoken. He hath spoke. What he hath spoke is insane. So we've been saying for a long time we want a DLC of something like the Ruined World or World of Verses. But we also said a Summons and Ardyn backstory. Remember, and in my previous video I said I think that could happen, or I don't know why I think it might happen, but it's still kind of crazy if they did that. But how they've been covering everything we want, from Raver scenes, from rumors of Lunar scene to more Dark World Lestalum. How it's all really possible, and we've got hints of it. More Insomnia. Well, the last and final base has just been checked. The Ardyn DLC is happening. Well, I mean, it's not happening. I'm getting ahead of myself, but let me just read it. It says, I'm translating the question to the answer. So someone said, did some parts of the story get deleted during the game's development? Now, Tabata's been asked this before, and he put his foot in his mouth by kind of saying no. And of course, that is ridiculous. Of course, elements had to be cut. You wouldn't be adding free cutscenes otherwise. But I feel this is a bit of clarification on the matter. So, there's nothing that has been cut away from the story when, at the start, we thought about the game's scenarios. There are some elements that are not present in the game, and they will be added as add-ons. See, now there's some context to that quote that we all went absolutely crazy at Tabata about. So when the base scenarios, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen in this order, the general outline, they got everything in that they wanted. There just wasn't certain elements within those. I mean, that kind of makes sense. So kind of that is what we've been saying, guys. The skeleton of FF15 is beautiful. Beautiful skeleton, beautiful story, beautiful outline. It just needed more fleshing out. And that's kind of what I see from this quote. It's kind of like we hit all the points. We just didn't have time to flesh it out as much as we wanted. So I can really get on board with that. But it's the next bit, guys, the exciting bit. The main game tells the story from Nox's perspective. The thing we want to do is to add this perspective of our three allies. So Gladiolus, Ignis and Prompto. And in the end, even the final boss is one. Wow. Even in the end, even the final boss is one. Read it, guys. The quote's right there. So that means Ardyn's DLC, they want to do it. Confirmed. Here it is, guys. Hold the quote in your mind. Wow. I really never thought they would do it. Ardyn's story. Now, that's the thing. It might not be Ardyn's backstory. No, they're kind of saying the story from Nox's perspective and the three allies and the final bosses. So it doesn't imply to me an Ardyn backstory. It implies what happened in the game from Ardyn's point of view. And that would be really interesting because a lot of people don't know this, but when you look at the the backstory of FF15, the theories of Ifrit and Eos, there's a really big one with Gilgamesh. Just so you know, guys, Gilgamesh is hugely connected to this story. When you actually go through all the layers of this game and you look at Ardyn, he might not actually be as villainous as you think. There's a lot of theorizing that based on some of his actions, some of the hidden stuff, that Ardyn was sort of more acting towards saving the world than he was making out he was, and it was kind of, obviously he still wanted vengeance, but that he was trying to make himself a monster to Noctis intentionally. There was a lot in the CG, in the facing, on the animations of the facing, that he was disguising pain. Obviously to make himself seem either not weak to Noctis or like the monster he needed Noctis to see him as. And that's what a lot of Ardyn was doing. So I really think if we do this from Ardyn's perspective, I don't know, I would really like them to totally 360 Ardyn's character. And even if he is just as much of a villain as a snake, and I'm giving him way too much credit, it would just be super awesome to see it from Ardyn's point of view, to see him watching Noctis come in through chapter 13, and he was springing the traps and laying them, and the enjoyment as Noctis walks into them. I don't know, is it even possible we'll get to fight as Ardyn? If they do a DLC chapter from Ardyn's point of view, oh my goodness, guys, who knows? It might not even be near chapter 13, it might be before that. Ardyn might have had fights with the gods, who knows? Let me know what you think. Let's have some speculation. Go to the comment section. And Ardyn DLC, what part in the story would you like it? It looks like it is going to be in the story. What part, and what would you like it to do? I'll pin the best answer, the one where I read it and I go, oh yes, that is the Ardyn DLC I want. And indeed what you think it will be. Oh god, I'm so hyped about these DLCs now. Now I've seen this Italian interview. Come on, Square Enix. Until the next video. Kubo!